Say hello, fellas.
What's up?
The mural is great.
That up and down is very aggressive.
Thing have been parked since 2020, looks like. Shout out to Freeall. Oh, look at the friggin' burnout we did. Oops, I bought worse. Welcome back to the old two-stroker YouTube channel. I'm Wayne, and today we bought more junk. So I'm gonna roll a clip now of us unloading it. Well, fellas, we interrupt this part out for another part out. Darian and the boys, we went on a special adventure. I didn't do any filming down there because, well, I didn't. Say hello, fellas.
What's up?
My new best friend.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Helped me drag this friggin' junk out of where it was. And yeah, it's junk. So it's got a home here. We undoing the lights?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Is that wireless?
Yes, it's wireless.
No way!
Came with a freaking truck, dude.
No way!
The deal gets sweeter and sweeter.
You're not kidding! Oh, they broke free. These ones were locked up before.
With the brakes?
Yeah. All they needed was a little bit of a jostling.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be on the way home. It doesn't need a bushing or anything. It's not here for that. Listen. Oh. Smell brakes a little bit now.
A little bit.
It's good, it means they're working.
Right, I totally see what I mean.
Look at the thing on
Don't worry, I got about 6 more.
the mural is great. Bro. Oh, hang on. Your bar is jammed onto the, there you go.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. I didn't see that till I saw it.
Thank you, sir.
Dude, that thing is slick.
Dude, it really is.
This is like the best setup ever.
It's not as cool as that Mac, but it's alright.
I don't know, it's pretty freaking cool, dude.
You have to drive it and push into it again to try to get that flipped out.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Might have to pick up on it.
Yeah, it's kind of jammed.
We have to pick up on it.
Got it.
Suck it in.
That's what she said.
That's what she said!
That'll go. What a treat. Dude, this setup is so friggin' cool.
It really is.
How do you... Yep. So then, oh yeah, get it. Just these fender brackets.
Close the bolt more of that up and down is very aggressive.
Dude, yeah.
Like, real aggressive.
All the horsepowers. What a cool friggin' setup, dude.
I'm digging it.
I really am, dude.
You can leave those right in there.
Oh, really?
Yep, they'll stay right on there.
I could have swore. Okay.
It's because we had the forks on it earlier.
Oh, all right. I got you.
All right.
I was like, I swear we didn't put it together like that. But so these gotta go, or are you gonna leave the whole thing set?
Stay just like that.
Bro, I just graded this.
I know.
If you didn't want to complain about grading, you should have fucking bought pavement. Bro, the bag's still aired up on this? Still got air in it.
Kind of wild, huh?
Yeah, considering I drained it all out.
Like that fucking general, remember that hell there, bro?
Yeah, I know, dude.
Weird. And then our daily driver's pissing air like it's going on the side.
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't take any film buying it because I wasn't sure where I was going. It was kind of a sketchy area. And if I got into some shit, I didn't want to have a camera on me. So anyway, we bought this.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Which is a 2001 International 9900 XI or something. I don't know. You might be thinking to yourself, why in the hell would you buy this? And to be perfectly honest with you, it's a fantastic question. Super sketchy getting it out of there. I think I've been parked since 2020, looks like. Maybe even a little bit before that. I'm not real sure. Story on this deal is this guy used to haul scrap, I'm pretty sure. And looking at the overall condition of the truck, that makes sense. But anyway, he lost the rear. This front rear is blown. It seems to be a running theme for me lately between the General and this. It either lost an axle or the power divider's out of it. He was driving on 890, lost the rear, and locked the power divider in, drove it home, and parked it where he parked it, where he kept it parked. And it sat there, never put a rear in it, never messed with it at all. It sat there. It turns out the guy ends up getting sick, dying of COVID. So it just ended up sitting there. The guy I bought it from was paying storage fees on a lot. Needed to just get rid of it. Listed it for stupid money on Marketplace. So I went, I looked at it, I knew what it was. I went and looked at it, looked it over, and made a deal with him to buy it, bring it home.
No shit.
Huge shout out to Darian and the boys, DAB Towing, the heavy unit over there. These guys are aces, man. I should have been filming over there because we had a bunch of challenges getting this thing out of where it was and getting it aired up, getting ready to go, make the ride, and they were just aces throughout the whole deal. Can't say enough good about them, and I'm really, really pumped to have met them guys. So, what you are looking at is the entire reason I bought this turd. I guess all of a sudden, we're in the Caterpillar business now. We sold the B model out of the General. I've got a home for just about everything on this thing that's worth anything or is useful to somebody. We're not all about the money here. We do try to pay for our adventures, but the main goal is to make sure the stuff lives on. And that truck wasn't worth saving. Yeah, so I guess we're in the Caterpillar business, long story short. And this thing has a 6NZ in it. I'm not sure what the story is on it as far as miles. I did plug into the ECM. I do have ET. And not too bad for a Detroit guy, huh? Anyway, I'll show you that in a little bit. But it is a 6NZ. And I told the kid, hey, listen, I'm going to come down there. I went down there with the wrecker and the boys before I even made a deal on this because I knew if it ran, we could make a deal. I knew the guy needed to get rid of it. And I knew I'd make him a deal that's fair for both of us. So we ended up cutting the deal. I bought this pile of shit and I got it running on location. And really all it needed was batteries. The batteries that were in it were junk and it had just been sitting there. I don't even think the guy who had it ever heard it run. But it came in, it was a running and driving truck, so how hard can that be? You know what I mean? It's not. There's no rods hanging out of it or nothing like that. It's a relatively dry engine. I think they call this peanut cover up here is leaking a little bit, but there's a brand new one in the sleeper, in the cat box, so that's good. Shows 1.2 on it. I'm sure someone's been into it because there is absolutely zero blow-by. Absolutely none. I mean, the thing ran really, really good. Much better than you would expect it to for 1.2. And then it ran out of fuel because it was in the hood of Schenectady and somebody siphoned all the fuel out of it. And I didn't even think to check the fuel before we started that. So I scabbed some gallons out of the GMC. There's only like 10 or 15 in there. We got to put more in it. But one of the reasons why it had to be towed was the guy was like, oh, the brake pedal, it was frozen and it broke. Well, I think what happened was he rammed on the pedal because it was seized. And the reason it's seized, I have discovered, is because the windshield gasket is leaking. And it was dripping right on the brake pedal. So it looks like it came out of the friggin' Antarctic. I took the plate off, and I just wanted to cover, because it's raining right now, so I just wanted to cover the actual valve. And get that. So, but the truck ran, fired up, aired up great. I thought it was really weird because this has a brake apply gauge. Well, they all have a brake apply gauge, but it had a brake apply gauge. And as the truck was building air, the brake apply was matching. And then we latched onto it with the wrecker and it wouldn't move, even though we had caged the brakes. And I got to looking and figured out the pedal was jammed like all the way on. So the brakes were all friggin' jammed on. So then we caged the brakes, like I said, and then we bled all the air out of the truck so that the brakes would release. And that's how we ended up towing it. Towed it backwards, so the fronts were on the ground, the rears were not. But, yeah. Shout out to Freol, because I sprayed the shit out of this before we left, because clearly it had been exposed for a while. That is the actual wheel bearing you're looking at. Those are the nuts. And that's the back side of that bearing. And it friggin' made it no problem. It wasn't even warm when we got here, so pretty excited about that. But yeah, you know, adventures with the boys. So the plan for this is I gotta get it running again, get it moving. You gotta drive this with the power divider locked in also, because like I said, the front rear's out of it. But then what we're gonna do, we gotta go through this cab too, because this still has basically everything this guy owned in this cab. And honestly, it doesn't really look terrible. Like I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it'll be a terrible truck, you know. Clearly, the windshield has seen better days. Oh yeah, look at all the friggin' juice up there. I didn't even see that. So it's been leaking for some time, and he tried to do what he could for it, but I believe it would need a gasket yeah. I wonder if the metal's or if it's fiberglass or what. Probably all corroded right out of there from the salt. Custom. Anyway, it's not here for that. It's a 10-speed. There's a delicious concoction of, I'm not sure what that is. COVID juice, but it's liquid. We're just gonna leave it there. It's also not here for that. But yeah, so the plan is to get this running again and moving. And then we're gonna part this one out also. Some of the stuff is kind of hard to find for these, like the gauges and whatnot, and all that shit worked. So here's what happens. This thing gets rusty and corrody, and it seizes in the, you could tell, this thing was jammed in there, dude. I had to hammer it out. But the way these jam, they accumulate all the shmoo up on the top here. So the further you push them in, the more stuck they get. So you can't just, you got to take this off in order to free these up usually. Unless you get, I tried to get vice grips on it and like rotate it and get it back out, but I just didn't have, I didn't have enough leverage. I had to beat it out with the hammer. So we're going to die grind this up, clean it up, jam it back in that there hole, and hopefully we'll grow in trucking. Alright, so this is what we're left with. You can tell it's been melting into the earth steadily for a long time. And here's your thing. They got like a shitty brass, or they're not, it's not a brass coating, it's a zinc coating, like a what do you call that? Galvanized bolt or whatever. It's galvanized or whatever. And it doesn't do shit. It builds rust. It protects it for a little bit, but these things always do this. So yeah, now we're gonna jam this thing back together and get the truck running. Let's do it. It's taking so long. Alright, fellas, I pulled the battery box off. We got the scrap batteries out of it. I'll check them and see if they're any good. Maybe they're just discharged. I haven't done that. But these cable ends are just friggin' pooched. And then I did jam some fuel in it out of the General, so we'll see if that's any good. We got to hand prime it and do the shake weight deal. Click. Alright. How about this hand priming deal? See what we get.
Shake weight is the flab-busting breakthrough that trims your arms and shapes your shoulders at the same time. You had the shake weight in your hands right now.
Not really inspiring confidence, to be honest with you. I don't think this thing is any good. That'd be shocking, a Caterpillar with that bad on it. Might have to give her a spritz. Come on, baby. Get some damn fuel pressure. There we go. There we go. Thing. Just need a little ether. There we go. Sick. The window actually worked. I'm impressed. let it build some air here. It's good it's not, the apply gauge is not following the other gauges. Sick. I'll bring it back.
Where you going?
Nowhere.
He's going nowhere.
The friggin' burnout we did. Oops, I just graded that. Wait, I thought it blew a rear. That's two spinning. Wait a minute. Is there actually anything wrong with it? Oh, no, there's gotta be, because maybe it blew an axle. I don't know, fellas. That's weird. We'll have to do some investigating here. In the meantime, I gotta fix this. Damn it, Jimmy. We gotta find out what's going on with that rear. It's weird. That doesn't make any sense. So I've got, well, I had the power divider locked in. This is really hard to do, to be honest with you.
Stop being such a pussy.
Without a brake pedal, it's like really, really hard to get any apply. Oh, I see. As soon as you put the brakes on, that's when it, okay, so turn that off, set the brake, and let's put it in gear and see if it tries to do anything. Making sounds. Doesn't sound good. All right, so we know that whatever it is broke. So I think the next step is to take it apart and see what we got. Maybe. I don't know. It's got a nice whoa pressure. It's snappy. Cool truck. I ain't mad at it, fellas. What works on it? Any of this shit work? Yeah. That's parking lights. Panel. Oh yeah. It comes on. Power mirror. Fan override. Brake on. All the way. Does that work? Oh yeah. Our headlights are on. What do we got for lights? Oh, those work, some of them. Oh, no headlights. A couple work. Something's definitely going on in that power divider. We'll have to look at that, but it's it seems strange to me that we got 2 tire marks. Boy, I tell you, it just runs like a top. I'm starting to like these cats, other than that stupid fuel primer bullshit. I don't know what that is. Probably don't want to know. Fancy. All right. Let's see if it man, that voltage gauge is like a little bit high. Okay. I didn't see those. I wonder if it was overcharging batteries. It's a little bit over 14 volts. It's a little high. Let's see what we get. That's how that ought to go. I have to plug in the ECM and see what the voltage says on the ECM. That seems like a lot. Cool truck. I bought worse. She's the runner, fellas. Alright, fellas, that's gonna do it on this one. Thanks for joining me for this little adventure. We got a little bit more to go on this. I'd really like to pull the power divider out of it and get a look at it, so that'll be in the next video. In the meantime, thanks for all your website orders, and thanks to the patrons for keeping this boat afloat. Just like to give a big shout out and a huge thank you to the boys at DAB Towing and Recovery. Darian and Brian, y'all are aces, and can't wait for the next one. We will see you guys next time.